What's going on, guys? What's going on? This is a different video you're seeing on our YouTube channel. Usually we've been posting the T.O.D. project pretty much the whole time, but we are trying to do new stuff. I try not to say the try word, but I'm saying try right now because we're trying. Basically, our upload schedule is going to be starting new. Basically, T.O.D. project on Wednesdays now. A little motivation thing, whether it's from Sim or from Brandon or myself or Marcellus, whoever you're going to see it from, that's going to be on Mondays. And then this type of stuff, whether it's reactions or whether it's, let's say these two guys have a fight and they want to talk about their fight, that's going to be on Fridays. So that's going to be kind of our whole schedule moving forward. But basically, I got Sim and I got Brandon here. Obviously, Brandon's sponsored Athlete for Triumph Company, and Sim is a brand ambassador for us. They're both, we're all local together. They're both fighting out of CWB Fight Club in Stevens Point, Wisconsin. This past weekend? 2 weekends ago.
2 weekends.
2 weekends ago.
Yeah.
Basically, they were on a fight card in Superior. It was like outdoor MMA, right? That's what it was called?
Yeah, Outdoor War.
Outdoor War. Okay. So, obviously, they both had the opportunity to fight. Brandon, not so much. Sim had a awesome debut, and you'll get to hear from their buddy Devin here shortly after Brandon talks about his, because Brandon's unfortunately was a little short. But Brandon, why don't you get into it? Talk about, the dude that you were supposed to fight. For your instance, talk about the weigh-in day, the day before, and then go into everything from there. You can make it as long as you want. You can make it as short as you want, whatever you want to do.
All right, so I was slated to fight Mike Orvis, who I thought was a tough dude from Hayward. He
thought.
I trained my ass off for this guy. Like, I literally was telling everybody, I was like, all right, this dude's tough. He's going to sit in there. He's going to be able to take a shot. He's going to be able to fight with me.
Absolutely.
And I literally told fucking everybody. Everybody I told this dude. And I get to weigh-ins, and I hadn't eaten for about 36 hours. I hadn't drank any water for, 24 hours. I was fucking dehydrated. I was exhausted. I was hangry as fuck. And I walk into this bar where we're doing weigh-ins. Immediately, I scan the area and look for his face just because I wanted to find him. I was like, all right, found him. Target acquired. And he gave me the saddest fucking look you could think of, man. Like, he was begging me to fucking end it. Like, he was just... like,
he's not wrong.
No,
wait, when he told me this, I was like, there's no way.
I walked in and I locked eyes with this dude, and I literally gave him the fucking look of death, and this guy begged me to make it stop. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, no way. I was like, no fucking way. So I walk in, I get to the scale, I'm like, hey, can I weigh in? They're like, yep, you're good, go ahead. I get on, 184.5, get off. I'm like, all right, bet. Am I all good? Do I get to drink? Do I get to eat? Mm-hmm. And he's like, yep. And he goes, hey, your guy's overweight. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, how much? How many pounds? And he goes, 3. I was like, fuck, he can cut that in an hour. I was like, make him cut. I was like, make him cut. And he's like, he looks really bad. Like, he looks weak. I was like, I look weak. I was like, I look like fucking Christian Bale in The Machinist. He ended up fucking making all these excuses as to why he couldn't cut the weight. And then he walked outside and he was going to go walk around or whatever. He came in and he weighed more. So the motherfucker was drinking water already outside. Like, I already knew it. I was like, okay, well, make him fucking work while I eat. I'm going to eat and I'm going to drink my water and rehydrate. And I'll make this motherfucker watch me do it. Yeah, dude, as soon as the hour was over, I walked up to him and I fucking patted him on the back. I was like, hey, man. And he looked at me with this fucking near dead look. And I was like, I'll fight you, man. Like, it even felt kind of wrong saying it after I made him fucking suffer and watch me eat.
That is funny as shit.
I literally made him fucking suffer and watch me eat. And, like, I did not give a fuck. Should have came in on weight, man.
Mm-hmm.
Should have did your job. He's like, I cut 14 pounds today. I was like, that's fucking stupid.
It's your fault.
Like, that's dumb. Like, I cut like 6 pounds today, maybe.
Cut to fight day.
I get to the venue. We're supposed to show up at 2. The fight started at 4 o'clock or 4:30 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Fighter meeting was at 3. And this whole time, I'm looking around for this motherfucker, and I'm like, all right. Like, I got in the cage. I moved around. I was getting warmed up, and I got changed. I had my fucking cup on. I had my mouth guard in, ready to fucking go. I was ready to rock. And the motherfucker didn't show up. He wasn't there. And I was like, hey, I went and found the promoter. I was like, hey, man, call your guy. I was like, he's got to show up. And they called, and it was 4 in the afternoon. And this motherfucker's excuse was, I overslept. I'm like, what? You overslept? It's 4 in the afternoon. I don't know. He said he was on his way. He's like, all right, I'm coming. I'm on my way. I was like, fucking sweet, man. Show up late to your own ass whooping. I don't care as long as you show up. You can fucking show up 5 minutes before. I was talking to the commissioner. I was like, I don't give a fuck if he gets here, walks in the cage, I beat his ass, and he walks back up. I was like, don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I was like, I want him to be here. So what I took from that is this dude who I told everybody was a tough-ass motherfucker would rather fucking be sick and pay $5,000+ to ride in an ambulance to a hospital rather than fight me. Yeah, I was fucking furious.
Yeah.
I let that fucking shit burn for about 10 seconds. I fucking took a knee, I shed a couple tears, and then I fucking got right back to it because my boys and Rye were fighting. You know, I had to fucking step up and be coach. I had to be a fucking good teammate. It wasn't about me at that point, you know. But yeah, man, that shit fucking sucked. I worked really hard and
we died in that sauna together, man. We died in that sauna.
Yeah, it was fucking rough. I sold like fucking 7 or 8 tables, dude.
Yeah.
I generated like fucking $4,000 worth of income for that dude just for him not to fucking show up. So it is what it is.
What is Hayward, like less than an hour away?
It's less than an hour from Duluth.
So yeah,
It's a couple hours from here, but yeah.
well, yeah, but like from where the fight was. So it's
Yeah.
not like he had a long ass drive.
No,
to
not
fight
at
you.
all. And
That's fucking stupid, man.
I fucking told everybody he was a tough ass dude and he was a fucking punk. You know, they're like, he's trained like twice in the last 4 months. I was like, why am I matched against this dude? I was like, I'm in the gym every day. Why the fuck am I matched against a guy who's only trained twice in the last 4 months? And find a different promoter, find a different promotion. Fucking, I've been calling out all the top 5 dudes in Wisconsin. I've been calling out top 5 dudes in Minnesota, Illinois, Iowa, fucking Michigan. I've been calling people out, dude, and I got a couple fights set up. Hopefully get a couple more before the end of the year.
Woo!
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Fucking ready. I was waiting to hear something from you for that, because fucking A.
Yeah.
I knew you were wanting to fight, but
I
I
tried
was
to get
just
back
wondering.
in there like the week after, but I was like, all right, I need to eat. Like, I need to gain some weight. Like, I need to eat some pancakes.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So the shit was very, it didn't go the way I wanted, but I also
say the
didn't
least.
get my ass
Right.
beat, you know.
That's true.
But I didn't get to beat somebody that.
There's a net positive to that.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
So now moving into Sim. Sim, it was your debut, right?
Yeah, man, it was my debut. It was a lot of fun. Training for it was a little more intense than I thought. So, like, going into this, started training about last year, late July, early August. Just kind of wanted to find something new, keep me in shape, and eventually I wanted to make it into like a hobby. So Brandon kind of took me under his wing pretty quick. Devin was teaching me a lot of stuff right off the bat. It was pretty sweet. And it wasn't until like a few months in that I realized that I wanted it to be like a career. And training itself was kind of tough. Just like starting off the classes was tough for me. And then once I started getting accustomed to all the movements and the techniques and just the workouts in general, it became kind of second nature. And these guys were just really good at kind of welcoming me in with open arms, teaching me stuff on the fly. And it was great. Camp was eye-opening. I realized that it wasn't a joke at that point. It was pretty serious. It wasn't until the weight cut is when I started having a little bit of doubt on what if I was able to even make weight. So starting off, I was originally supposed to fight this guy out of Rothwell MMA, Grant Metzger. Taller dude, kind of lengthy, so I was super confident going into it. Like, I've been sparring with Brandon and Devin. Like, these guys are super long and rangy, so.
Where's Rothwell? Because their team kind of did really fucking well.
It's in Kenosha.
All right, sorry. I derailed you.
It's all good. It's all
Keep
good.
going. Keep going.
Um,
So your dude, Grant something.
Yeah, so Grant Metzger, I was originally supposed to fight him. I was confident going in just because I was kind of getting accustomed to fighting guys with longer reach than me, guys who were a little taller. Then I got news that he injured himself pretty bad in camp, and he couldn't, like, there was no recovery to fight. There was just nothing. Like, he hurt himself pretty bad. Then we found a new guy out of that actually fought at the same gym that was promoting the entire thing, was Inner Strength. This guy was Isaiah. Turns out, it just pretty much just sounded like he didn't even want to fight me.
Yeah.
It came down to it, really. It said that he had a concussion. Not sure if it's true or not, but he was telling the promoter that he had a concussion, couldn't fight, pulled out, whatever. It was kind of shocking to me at first. I guess I was kind of prepared for it because Devin and Brandon, they were like, hey, so it's your first fight. You probably will go through a few opponents before you actually get a solidified one. The dude just like pulled out of the fight. I guess he just really didn't want to fight. He kind of liked the idea of it, I'm assuming, and then just realized that it was real. He just didn't want. Anyway, so last minute, my coach, we're training, and I was pretty confident. Like once I got the news, I think we were like 2.5 weeks out, 3 weeks out, and I was confident that we'd find a new guy because it's whatever.
Yeah.
He comes up to me. He's like, "So, you comfortable fighting at 165? I was originally supposed to fight at 170. I'm like, cool. What's an extra 5 pounds? Like, no biggie.
Devin, your face is just like.
5 pounds is a fucking lot of weight.
It is a lot of weight to cut when you're already shredded and you're already depleted of nutrients. It's just all water being drawn out of you. Tough. Anyway, so we find this new guy last second, and shout out to him and respect for him for like accepting this fight last minute, because I would have been pretty heated too if I didn't get to fight because of some guy who really wasn't about it.
Mm-hmm.
So get to fight day. The ride up to Superior was tough, man. Let me tell you. So, like Brandon said, he was fasting for about like 36 hours. I did the math. I did the math. I didn't eat for like 30 hours. I was just like sipping water here and there. Yeah, man.
That like 3.5 hours up. Fuck that.
Dude,
Kudos to you guys. Fucking A.
Bro, I was literally chewing gum and spitting
it
out.
out.
Yep.
Like the whole drive up there, dude. The whole drive. It was
Fucking
awful.
A, bro.
Devin had some Jolly Ranchers. I was just chewing gum, spitting. It was tough. But the morning of the day that we went to weigh-ins, it was like 6 a.m. and Brandon and I were going to our sensei's house at like 7 to like, finish off, cut weight. So we were on weight driving up to Superior.
Yep.
And we get there, or I get there, I see Brandon, he's already like lubed up. He put all this stuff on his skin to open up his pores so he can sweat more efficiently.
Oh, yeah.
He gets in there and we're both just sitting in there just dying together, just sweating out all that water, hopping on the scale every 5-10 minutes. It was tough.
So when you guys got in that sauna, we're kind of going a little bit off, but when you got in that sauna, I can't speak. How much did you have to cut when you both got in that sauna? Like, I guess the morning before you drove up. Were you guys pretty close, or?
I was like 6 over, so I was walking around like 191, and then I wanted to get under 85.
The day before, you had to cut 6 pounds.
The
morning of weigh-ins.
Weigh-ins. So the weigh-ins are the day before the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the morning before you drove up, you had to cut 6 pounds.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
And that morning, I weighed myself before I got to my sensei's house. Before I even got in the car, I weighed myself. I was 176, and I felt so damn defeated. I was like, damn. I was like, wow, this is gonna be hell. So made it happen. I just didn't eat anything, didn't drink anything, and just sweat it all. Out. I think it was like 8. I think it was like 8 o'clock. My sensei comes downstairs and he's like, "All right, what do you weigh?" I was, I believe, 168. And I still had 4 pounds left, and I am just dying. I'm just like, man, I don't think in my head I'm like, I don't think I can do this. But of course, I was just like, to him, I'm like, I got this.
Yeah.
I'm looking at him like, I got this. And he looked at me like, okay, you can easily do that.
Yeah,
like, it's
you
doable.
better fucking do it.
Yeah, he was like, you better, pretty much. Like, it wasn't you can do it. It's like, you better do it. It was, you better do it.
Yeah, it's not
a negotiation. It's like
it was like, you will do this. Yeah. So it was good to get that reaction out of him, because like, had he given me anything else, I would have just been deflated. But
Yeah.
got to weight. It was good. We killed ourselves. We made it. Got to weigh-ins, and kind of like Brandon, similar to him, I got in there and I was kind of peeping out for my opponent. I wanted to see, where he was at, who he was, just kind of trying to feel him out. And instantly, so I lock eyes, and he just breaks eye contact. That's kind of when I figured out, like, he didn't really, like, he wasn't really about it. He was about it, but he wasn't really about it.
Which is weird when you say that, because when you get to the fight, your fight was good.
Yeah.
He was good.
You probably had the best fight of the night.
I think, okay, I wouldn't say
Well,
I had
okay,
the best, but the last fight was nice.
Yeah,
the last fight was nice. Give a
But
little.
before that, before the last one, you probably had the best fight of the night.
What made it so, like, I think it was just, like, the activity maybe, but, like, what made it so...
It was split decision. It was the only split decision of the night.
Yeah.
He was coming at you wild, and you were just fucking
You were
taking it,
yeah.
and you were giving it back, dude. You just had cleaner technique.
I know.
Your grappling was better.
We went right into it, but
Yeah, is that your next question?
No. I just went right into it.
Oh, yeah, so...
Like, fuck.
The dude, so walking out, I felt good, felt confident. The guy, we kind of did our homework on this dude. We kind of looked at his film, and he was just the dude with not a lot of technique, but he was a banger. And he was going to come in swinging haymakers, overhands, lazy, or just sloppy leg kicks, all that. So I kind of had a feel for how it was going to go. Sensei was like, hey, he's going to come crazy. He's going to come hard. Let him gas himself out. Feel it, just move around. First round. I'm like, all right, I got this. All right. So first round, he throws a few haymakers and lazy leg kicks, and I just instantly just feed right into it. I just try to counter. I try to, it was just, I just didn't do what my sensei told me, basically. And took me down first round, reversed him pretty quickly. I don't think he had a lot of jiu-jitsu. I could just, like, feel it when he was on, like, when we were grappling, he didn't have a ton of jiu-jitsu at all. So I could tell that my grappling and my striking was just better, but the dude was resilient. I'm not going to lie. He was pretty resilient. Like, he took all the shots that I was giving him, but he was just persistent with that overhand right. And I felt like I had an idea how to deal with it. Like, I felt like I knew what to do. Like, I could tell you, hey, I could tell you what to do, and I could try to do it. But it's a different thing when you're in there. And, like, these guys told me and my sensei told me it's different when you're in there. And I kept trying to counter, but I was a little out. I was way out of range of the overhand. And I wasn't able to even counter efficiently, so like I had to. It was a good learning experience. The dude was resilient. I took him down twice, and we were just trading blows. It was a good fight. It was a dog fight. Respect to that, man.
It was a good fight to watch. That's why I say though, like it was the only split decision of the night.
Yeah,
because everything
shouldn't have been.
It shouldn't have been. Looking back, I'm like, I
should have
just
been unanimous. Should have been sim the whole way through.
Yeah.
That dude got a couple.
Hey, shoulda, woulda, coulda. You still caught the dub though.
Okay, yeah, true. That's what everyone's telling me, man.
You know, shoulda, woulda, coulda. And it was your debut, bro.
Yeah.
Which is good that you went the whole distance.
Yeah.
Yeah. My fucking debut, I got knocked out in like 50 seconds.
Damn.
Or you could have been like that first kid, the first fight, bust your fucking shin.
God,
Break
yeah.
your leg.
Woo! That was good. Oh fuck, man.
Yeah, man.
It was a good night. Got to see my boys perform. Got to be there for them. It was a good turnout. Man, I didn't want to do it, but like I kind of felt emotional after I got my hand raised, and my mama was there. And once hell yeah, dude. She once I saw her crying, I'm like, damn. I started crying. I was hugging her. I cried and shed a few tears. It was whatever, but it was a good night. Overall, it was a good night.
It was good. It was good. All right, so basically we're gonna get into one of Sim and Brandon's, what do you call it, fight mates? Training partners, like part of the same club. Teammates, yeah. That's I don't know why the fuck I said fight mates.
Don't worry.
Anyway, this is Devin. We hung out a little bit after, and I think we've crossed paths a handful of times when I came over there.
Definitely.
So okay. So basically, was it your debut?
Yes, for MMA it was my debut. I've had 2 kickboxing fights before that, and those 2 I did pretty decent with, but the guys came out of a gym that is no longer around. It was Neutral Ground and Stevens Point.
Okay.
There's a little beef between CWB and that, but that's none of the business. But I think this fight was a great eye-opener, and it was really good. I believe my opponent, Jose Leon, he was a really cool dude. Sorry if I botched your name, bro. But really good opponent for me. Going into this weight cut, I wasn't really thinking too much of it. I felt really healthy because the training at the gym just picked up, and I was cutting pounds like a madman.
Yeah.
Like, I was walking around like just 5 pounds above, so all I had to do was just cut 5. But even that, you know, it still takes a toll on your body. So before the fight, I was just mentally trying to get ready. Physically, I shouldn't have kayaked before. So a week before, bro, my dumbass, I'm straight up, my dumbass went kayaking, right? And I fell in the river, and I had this dumb cough. So I was like, you know, it's nothing.
Oh,
know?
you got like a.
You got me. You got Tom. You got fucking a bunch of people sick, bro. Fucking fight week, we were all cutting weight. We were all hangry as fuck, and we were all sick.
Yeah, shark bait was phenomenal. It was pretty rough because I didn't feel like I was doing my best performance, but that's what shark bait's meant to do. It's meant to bust you down, break you to really build you back up to be like, you know, I fought 30 dudes. One guy? Who the fuck is this dude?
What the fuck? You were talking about what the fuck? You fought 30 dudes?
Well, at the same time.
Yeah. So
it's one after the other, or what?
Yeah, like, so it's it goes in 10-minute intervals for 30 minutes. So it's a new person every round. So then you get different looks and different styles as you go throughout this, you know, progression.
Every round is every minute.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
it's a minute interval, new guy every minute with one dude in the middle.
It's a constant barrage of getting your ass whooped.
Yes, but it's like a mock fight. And then the week leading up to fight week, it was a lot of technique, a lot of just taking it kind of easy with rolling.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, Muay Thai would come around and we're blasting them bags. We're getting comfortable, hitting hard as we can.
Mm-hmm.
We're moving around, doing different stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Jason, when he came back from Brazil, the cardio got so much better. Before even Brandon can talk about it, in the past, it was way different kind of training. And once Ariel stepped on the scene, thank him, it just heightened.
We've evolved a lot.
Huge.
Like, it's been awesome.
The weight cut wasn't super bad. I wasn't suffering like these guys, but I still wanted to hustle.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
Yeah, love you guys, but y'all had a shitty weight cut. Dude.
Fuck this dude. He was eating ice cream the week of the fight, and I'm watching him do this, and I'm like, I'll fucking kill you, Devin.
Yeah,
and he's like, I just want a frappe. I'm like, you don't think like you should be eating a little cleaner? He's like, no, I'm on weight. I'm like, that's not the point. But it is what it is. You got there. Then the motherfucker ate my weight cut peanut butter before I got to open it. So,
oh.
Night of weigh-ins, I almost fought this motherfucker.
Not the peanut butter.
Fucking A.
Brand new, unopened jar of peanut butter. I threw it in my bag just to have a fresh fucking jar to take a scoop out. And I get the fucking jar out of my bag after we done eating. I was like, oh, fuck yes. Some peanut butter, dude. Fucking put me right at ease. And I opened this jar and the rage just fucking ignites, dude. I'm like, fucking Devin.
Devin's in his room, just locks his door quick. And he's like pulls it shut quietly and locks his door.
And like one of our coaches, Jamie, is like, what? And I was like, this jar of peanut butter was brand new this morning. I brought it brand new specifically to get my mind right. And Devin decided he was going to take a fucking knife to it and fucking gouge it all out. I was like, oh my god, dude. I was like, oh, you're lucky I get to fight tomorrow. And then I didn't even get to fucking fight, so I was double whammy, dude. I was like, god damn you, Devin.
Alright, so we got a little bit off track, but that's okay. That was fucking hysterical. Talk about your fight. You talked about up to your fight, talked about the dude, gave the dude creds, but talk about your fight.
Alright.
Because we all know it didn't pan out how you wanted it to pan out, obviously, but you already mentioned it was like a growing moment.
Sensei came out. He's like, hey, this guy's going to be fast. He's going to be hard. You should weather the storm. When I was in it, it felt way different. When your adrenaline is spiked and the crowd goes quiet and all you can focus on is what's in the cage. I believe I was more in the I need to get this guy back. You know, he's gonna come at me hard and fast. Well, I'm gonna be a defensive fighter. I'm gonna come at him like, if he hits me, I want to hit him back. But I guess I really was stunned with how well his boxing was. So he would pierce through my guard, and I guess it was very overwhelming. I got very emotional in myself, so I got very stuck in my head, and that really, I think that was my downfall, definitely in the first round. So he got very comfortable in the ring, and as I was watching, he had a lot of openings, he had a lot of different, different combinations that I was picking up on, but it was also the mental fatigue was there because I was so stuck in the, oh man, you got hit, now you got to take him back, and it was so much of like and every time I miss, just a little bit of lowering the confidence, and so it's mostly me versus me in there, and that like doubt was setting in. So in the second round, he would come in, pierce my jab, but every time I'd tag him up or hit with a leg kick, he'd back up to the center of the ring. I guess I didn't pick up on that as it was my first fight. So in MMA, it's way different because you expect the takedowns, you expect the hands, you expect kicks, but it's so much of what I was believing was, oh man, if I could just get to the ground, but I wasn't shooting, right? So it's more like I felt like I was drinking my own poison and waiting for him to die. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wasn't throwing like I should have been. I wasn't mentally there because it just kept getting taken down. And it would also be very apparent when he was showing very boasting acts. So he would be like, come on boy, come on, and that would throw me the fuck off because it's like usually in sparring and shit you would not have that. It's like, oh my god, this dude's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like love to fight, but holy fuck, this dude wants it. Okay. So I guess the pressure definitely got to me, and that broke me down. So not like getting on a roller coaster, you do that one time, you do it a couple times, you're like, fuck dude, Hades 360, I'm Gucci. I'll ride that shit all day. But while you're waiting in line, you're like, man, I got shit. My stomach's all tense. You know, I'm nervous. And as a fighter, that's how you kind of grow. You gotta bust through the mental blocks, and like the punches they get harder, but you get used to taking them. It's like, okay, he can throw these all he wants, but just the mental thing, getting hit is a human reaction. Usually you got your fight, you freeze, your flight. And I was stuck between freeze and flight. And I realized that, and it still like upsets me, but cannot take that away from what I learned in the ring. I definitely learned, if I'm going to take a punch, I might as well come forward. What is the point of moving backwards and getting hit? Because that is just going to cause me to keep getting hit. So it's like, you start a fire, you stick your hand in the fire, and now it's like, you're not taking it the fuck out. I fucking just left my hand in the fire. And every time you get a good combo off, I'd walk back in, I'd walk him down. But I wasn't throwing. I was confident enough to get back in there, but it wasn't as much of a fight. I think it was more of me trying to bust through mental demons that I should have, worked through. But it was a great learning experience. I cannot take anything away from that. Humbly, if you're gonna step in that ring, you better win humbly. You better lose humbly. That's about it. You gotta show respect, because anybody that gets up off the fucking couch and can step in that ring has an opinion. To me, anybody that's sitting on the sideline, I'm sorry, you just don't know the emotion, the feeling, all of that goes into it. Also, the tension, the pressure you're under, it can bust pipes or it can make diamonds, right? A lot of great people say that. Yeah. But fucking, I feel like it definitely burst my pipes. But now it's just making me want to build back up and, get back in there. Because it's not over till it's over, right? Yeah. They got to put me in a fucking box to stop me.
the best thing that I can take away from your sim and yours is like getting thrown in the deep end, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's how you learn the best, right?
Yeah.
Whether you win or whether you lose, you're getting thrown in the deep end. Like you got no floaties on, getting thrown in there. You're like, hey, you survive or you're gonna drown, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you got to learn somehow. So it's always like whether you get your ass beat or whether it was a no decision or a split decision in your opponent's favor, or whether you knocked his ass out too. You get thrown in there and you figure out on the way if you're going to succeed or not. It's a learning situation from any angle, especially in fighting.
Yeah.
Granted, who am I to say? But like the way you're talking about it, the way Sims talks about it, the way Brandon talks about fights, it's like every single time, it's like you got those jitters. You go up, and then all of a sudden you're in it, and you're like, okay, this is what I trained for.
I've been doing
Yeah, so it's like that's from every single one of you guys. When we talked about it, it was just like that's probably the main thing that I've gotten from this. It's just go in there, fucking do what you've been training on, and you'll be all right.
And that is so true.
Yeah,
I guess the only difference is now there's a whole crowd watching.
That's true. It's like your
seriously.
buddies in your gym, and it's just
Yeah.
like now there's like 300, 400 people watching.
Some
It's just,
motherfuckers want to watch you get beat up. too.
yeah.
Exactly. And it's something overcoming that. Like, some people will be phenomenal in sparring. Some people will be phenomenal under that pressure in the cage.
They look like shit in the gym.
Yes.
It's weird.
It is. And some people can skip a week before their fight and be fine. Some people cannot.
Mm-hmm.
So all it is this game is just a learning game, a growing game. What are you made of? That is the hugest thing with fighting. I think that's why a lot of people, I guess I've seen the community, a lot of different walks of life will gravitate towards it. And that could be jiu-jitsu, that could be Muay Thai, that could be boxing, that could be Taekwondo, karate, all the different forms of martial arts.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have a different walk of life that would like to try it. And I think it's beautiful because the culture is phenomenal. The win, lose, whatever. Most people are super humble. Most people will they'll give you a hug, they'll give you a handshake, they'll be like, look, man, you're a tough opponent, thank you so much.
Yeah.
My guy, Jose, he was super cool. He was like, hey, you're a freaking tough guy, I couldn't knock you out for anything. I was giving you my hardest shots. And it's like, bro, thank you for that respect. I would love to fight him again if we ever see each other in, say, a title spot or whatever. I would appreciate another chance, but it's just all work from here.
Yeah. So I know this was a different form of a video, but down in the comments or wherever you see this, however you want to get in contact with us, obviously all these guys' socials will be whatever in the description, caption, whatever it is. They'll be there. So if you want to contact them or follow them, I know they love it. But if you did like this style of video, I know a fight for them is few and far between. There's a good amount of break in between. Maybe not for Brandon now since he didn't fight, but that's.
I would like to fight every fucking weekend. just to be honest.
But yeah, so if you guys like this, down below, comment down below. Maybe if you want them to talk about some specific topic or something. I know that Triumph is getting into the MMA space faster in the fighting space, let alone not just MMA, but the fighting space faster than we expected just because of these guys. So if you want them to talk about something, I'm almost positive they'd love to talk about. So anyways, down below, these guys will be down below. Connect with them. Connect with Triumph Company. We appreciate you guys listening today, and we will see you. Oh, no! I'll have to do a whatever.